from the beach, about to do one of my favorite hikes in the world, right up that hill. It's a little loud right now with the waves crashing, but super peaceful. Audio-wise though, it'll definitely get better when we hit the trail. But I have a bunch of questions from you guys pulled from Instagram, so we're gonna do a little hike chat. Enjoy the outdoors, get some movement in. Torrey Pines State Reserve, let's go. One of the prettiest hikes in San Diego, and fun fact, this is where Steven and I got engaged. So the loop that I'm doing today is actually gonna take us right by the spot, and I just always love going back there. But first, we've got the big hill to the top. That's gonna have me huffing and puffing. Here we go. All right, first question. How has your relationship with Steven changed with having kids? It's changed a lot, you know, positive and negative. Positive, it's such a bonding experience, right? Raising kids together, being in this stage of life. He's such an amazing dad. It's given me just a whole nother aspect of love and respect for him. Negative, it is so hard to find time together. Time and energy, you know, being in this stage of life, it's super demanding and it's kind of nonstop, but we both always try to keep that like love and empathy and respect at the forefront of not only our relationship, but like our whole family's dynamic and raising the kids together. So it's definitely a busy stage of life, but it's made my love for him just like grow in so many different ways. Oh, I also think it's made us, kind of forced us into becoming much more efficient communicators. Like when we were having a problem before, we could sit down, talk it out, really take our time talking through and working through a conflict. Now it's like we have to quickly, efficiently, respectfully communicate how we're feeling, what the problem is, find a way to get past it, because the time together alone, very limited. And with the stress of being in this stage of life, we can't afford to have conflicts that go unresolved and build resentment and bubble to the surface. We gotta just talk about it, squash it, move right on. Where are you at in your body acceptance journey? So I am very happy to report that I am doing so much better. Especially like, I don't know, it's pretty recent, like maybe the past month, past couple weeks, I've just noticed a shift in myself where I'm not thinking about it all the time anymore. I'm not consumed with those thoughts and insecurities all the time. Like they still pop up, but it's not dominating my mental space as much as it was. It's not as much of a struggle. I'm feeling better in my body day to day. I'm being less critical of myself. It's a lot less of a struggle. And I'm so glad, because I was not in a good place about it for a while postpartum. And it feels really freeing to be getting back into that more confident mindset, that more just like secure place again, where I'm just like, yeah, this is my body. It birthed 2 kids. It's got cellulite and stretch marks, and I've got a very soft belly, and that's okay. Like, I don't have to love that, but I also don't have to hate it. Definitely easier said than done. There are good days, there are bad days. I still especially struggle with just accepting the way that my stomach is. My belly, especially like my lower belly, is like my biggest insecurity, and just so different than it ever was after having 2 kids. And that takes some getting used to, but I'm in a much better place about it. All right, I'm starting down the loop where our proposal spot is. Such a beautiful trail, and when you loop around the other side of the hill, you get this just gorgeous, expansive view of the ocean and the coastline. Highly, highly recommend hiking Torrey Pines if you're coming to visit San Diego. Oh, it's just gorgeous. It's so peaceful out here. Okay, thoughts and feelings on the new chapter after closing the main channel. I'm feeling really good. I think it was definitely the right move. My stress is so much lower. I'm so much happier being full-time at home with the kids now. And I think really that channel had just run its course, you know. I'd been making content on that channel for so long, and I think it was just the right time. Like, I have zero regrets. And sometimes big life changes like that and big decisions can be really scary going into it, but I'm so glad I took that leap because I'm just so much happier. I'm in such a good place. And I think it also allowed me to end things on a really positive note, and I look back on that time with like so much fondness and appreciation, and specifically with the era of the collective. Like, it was just such a fun time to be working with all of those amazing women, and I'm so inspired by them and so proud of all of the amazing things they've continued to do post collective. So it was a really fun journey, but it was definitely the right time for it to end. Oh my gosh, it's just the prettiest trail, and the waves crashing. Okay, we're coming up on the spot. It's kind of crowded over there. But here it is, right there. That was the proposal spot. That feels like a lifetime ago. And then our families were hiding up on this spot of the trail and they ran out after I said yes. The beginning of it all. Crazy. Steven and I used to come back and do this hike like every year, and we haven't done it in a couple years. I don't know if I don't think the kids would be ready for this hike. We don't have like a good hiking, like, you know, those like hiking backpack carriers. Don't have anything like that, but I could just put Alice in the regular carrier, and honestly, maybe even bring the stroller up here. I don't know. At some point, we've got to get the kids up here because this is an integral part to me and Steven's story, and just a beautiful hike. How many times can I say that? But it is. I love it. Okay, next question. Ooh, we're getting deep, y'all. Are you still a Christian? How do you live your spiritual life? And do you teach Christianity to your kids? I have gone through a big deconstruction of my faith. I don't know if deconstruction is the right word because I still have so much belief, and honestly, it's been really deepened by everything. I guess maybe more of a reconstruction, but really I had to deconstruct to reconstruct. It's been a huge thing for me in my 20s that I've been figuring out, and it's so hard because I was raised religious, and in a lot of ways I still consider myself a Christian. There's also so many things that are put onto that Christian label that I don't think should be. Things like homophobia and misogyny and just all of the toxic things that some people do in the name of religion that really pushed me away from it. And so I've really had to kind of dismantle my personal belief and my personal faith from like the corporate entity that is American Christianity, like the mega, almost like corporatization of it, I guess. Also politically, like I hate the way that a lot of Christianity has been twisted to back things that I personally believe are the complete antithesis of Jesus and faith. So it's complicated, it's messy, but ultimately my faith is my own, and that can be my personal relationship that doesn't have to align with everyone else's view of it. In terms of teaching my kids, I try to approach it when those questions come up from like this is what some people believe, this is what other people believe, what do you think? More of like an education on spirituality and different beliefs and different views. And I'll share what I think if they ask, but I want to set it up in a way that allows them to decide what they believe for themselves versus like, this is the way things are, period. I want to leave room for that curiosity and that self-exploration, especially as they get older. Okay, let's pick a lighter question. Especially as I'm going back uphill, I'm feeling it. What are we at? 1.8 miles. All right. This one made me laugh. It's so random, but I had to screenshot it because it does feel like such a fever dream. Am I completely making it up, or was Ricky Dillon your editor a long time ago? Fact, this is true. I think it was like 2018. Rachel was editing for me, but we were like really cranking out the content on the main channel at the time. And I was starting to do more with the vlogs. And so she was like, hey, I think we could use a secondary editor. So I started like casually looking. I was asking other creator friends for recommendations. And I followed Ricky Dillon on Twitter because he's Ricky Dillon. And he posted a thing being like, hey, I'm taking up some freelance editing work. If anyone knows any potential clients, send it their way. And so I messaged him, and he edited a few trial vlogs for me, and he did such a great job and was super friendly and easy to work with. So he edited vlogs for me for I think a couple years. Never met him in person, but his work was fantastic. But as like an OG YouTube watcher, having one of the early YouTube legends working with my team was just so cool and funny and random, right? But Ricky Dillon, if this ever somehow makes its way back to you, thanks for editing for me. You did a wonderful job, and I still follow him on Instagram. It seems like he's doing great. So there's some random Sierra lore for you. Are you ever going to visit Alaska again with the kids? Yes, I'm so excited. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Hold on. This is where we're going next. High Point Overlook. So we did a trip to Alaska when Grace was about 18 months old, and it was one of the best trips of my entire life. I just absolutely loved Alaska. So beautiful, so much to do outdoors, and really just feels like another planet. Like such a cool place to explore, and we just had so much fun as a family. Honestly, it's the kind of place that I could see myself living someday, or just maybe in another life, you know? I don't know if my life will ever actually unfold in a way that living in Alaska would make sense, but it's just a place that I felt so happy and so content and really grounded too. So I'm excited that we're going back this summer. We're doing a big trip with my whole extended family. Oh, pretty view. And we're gonna have like 10 days there. So I'm just really excited to explore more of Alaska. Excited to have the kids with us. Alice's first time there. Just do like lots and lots of outdoorsy stuff. And also there are now a lot of young kids in my extended family. So it's also just gonna be like great cousin time for the kids and for me too. My cousins are going and their kids. So very, very excited to be going back. All right, next question. What is the most supportive sports bra you've tried? Definitely the SheFit. I have not been able to find something yet that rivals that for just keeping me feeling super supported and locked in when I'm running. For less demanding physical activities, I really like this PopFlex Ambition bra. That's what I'm wearing today. Perfect for hiking, for cycling, strength training, but I do feel like I have a little too much bounce in it still for running. I kind of feel like I should get another SheFit bra so that I have another one in rotation, because right now it's like if that one is dirty, I'm just kind of screwed. But also I want to find a bra that's as supportive as that, but a little bit less constricting. Like I love the comfort of this bra, but the support just isn't quite enough. So I want something more like this, but really, really supportive for high impact activities. So if you have any recommendations, please leave them in the comments. I think pretty soon I want to do like an inside the dressing room for workout clothes and try a bunch of different bras and shorts and all kinds of stuff, because I'm mostly wearing the same things that I have been for years, and a lot of that isn't fitting me anymore. Which brings us to the next question, definitely the most asked question. Can you please... The airplanes really said, "You're not talking about this today." Can you please address your weight loss? Yes, I can. I have lost weight. There we go. And it's such a sensitive thing for so many people, myself included. I don't want it to be a center of my channel. And also for my own sake, and something that my therapist has really helped me with, I can't make it a big deal for myself. I spent a lot of my life consumed with numbers and size and having thinness up on this pedestal. I know it's not a healthy mindset for me to be in. So I'm trying to keep the focus on how I'm feeling, and I'm feeling really, really good. I am building strength and stamina. My energy is up. I'm hitting my goals with running. And that is one thing I just love about running. I love that I'm able to like set these really tangible goals to keep me motivated, keep me accountable, but they don't have anything to do with my appearance or my size. And it's been really freeing. And I think now also, oh, I almost tripped on a rock. Oh, the proposal spot's open. Hold on. I wanted to stop by here one more time on my way down, and look at this, it's empty. Oh, it's gorgeous. It was right here in front of this little rock bench wall. The last thing I kind of wanted to touch on with that is I feel like now at this point in my life, and also all of like the mental work that I've done, I understand so much more now that like that's not the key to my happiness and my self-fulfillment. It's not going to solve all my problems, just hyper-focusing on that. And so I feel like I'm in a good place with it. So glad I came back to this spot. What a view, right? What a view. Good job on Steven on picking this as a proposal spot. Truly, I don't think he could have picked a better place in the world. This is just such a beautiful place. And it was also just, it still is a special place to us. Even more so now because this is where he proposed, but we also would just do this hike all the time. When Steven was in college at UCSD, this is a place that we would come like all the time. All the time. All right, I've got a few more questions for the walk back down. Plans to do Run Disney. So I am signed up for the Run Disney Halloween 10K. Super excited for that. It's at Disneyland. It'll be my first time in a Run Disney race. Obviously, right up my alley as a Disney adult who has taken up running this year. That is like the perfect intersection of my hobbies. Not super stoked on how early I have to wake up for the race. I think it starts at like 4 a.m. because they have to do it before the parks open. But hey, it's one day. I'll be fine. I would also love to do a Run Disney race at Disney World someday. I was actually invited by Disney to do a race there that I had to pass on because we were going on a family trip. And that was like such a bummer. I was like, oh, that would have been so cool, but I don't know, maybe someday they'll ask me back again, or we'll plan a family trip, you know, coinciding with a race weekend, and I could do a race while we're there, because that would be the dream. Like the Disneyland Run Disney race, gonna be super cool. Really, really excited for that. but because the resort area at Disneyland is so much smaller than Disney World, I think you do, the 10K is mostly in the parks, but especially for the longer races, like the half marathon, you do a good chunk of the race just kind of on the streets. So at Disney World, you can go through multiple parks and the whole resort area. So it would be really, really cool to get to do both someday. But for now, just really excited for the fall 10K. Favorite type of run, stroller, pace, etc. Okay, my perfect run, definitely no stroller. I run with the stroller out of necessity to get all the runs in every week that I want to, but definitely running on my own, so much easier. I can just kind of zone out, go as long as I want. I would say like a 4 to 5 mile run by myself, or maybe with a friend. Yeah, with a friend. Either with my mom or my friend Shannon. Those are the two people I run with. You know what, my perfect run? It's gonna be with both of them. We did a race together, all three of us, a couple months ago, and that was super fun. So it would be a run with both of them where we just yap the entire time, running at like a 13:30 pace. So it's easy and conversational, but I still feel like I'm going at a good pace for me. Early, but not too early. Maybe like a 7 a.m. start time on a cloudy day, on a flat, shaded trail, and doing like 4 to 5 miles. That's like my favorite distance right now because it's long enough that I feel like I got in a really good run. I was out there for about an hour, but short enough that like it doesn't really affect the rest of my day. Like I'm not going to be too tired or fatigued. Like that's a really comfortable distance for me right now. So yeah, that would be my perfect run. Getting time alone as a parent. This is something I feel like Steven and I do really well. Some would say too well. Hold on, more airplanes. Oh, it's a helicopter. We are really good at getting each other that time, finding pockets where we can switch off, whether it be for alone time, to rest, to exercise, to socialize, or just even to shower some days. I feel like we do a really good job of making sure each other gets that time. And like with me taking up running, for example, Steven has been so supportive, not only in encouraging me to do it, but also getting me the time to do it, because it's hard to find the time for something like that, having young kids, and I would not be able to pursue this if it wasn't for Steven being so supportive and getting me the time to do that. So I try to make sure that that is reciprocal, that he gets time for himself too. And then that the third bucket of that is that we also get time, all four of us together as a family. So a lot of the times that's like, okay, if Saturday morning I'm waking up early and going on my long run, Sunday morning I'll wake up with the kids and you sleep in, or you can go exercise, or you can go play video games. However we want to use that time, like trying to make it so that we both get time to ourselves. But then in trying to make it equal, something we have to make sure that we don't slip into is like keeping score, right? Making sure that we're both getting time, but that we're not like, but you got this much and I got this much, and then I did this for you, so you have to do this for me. Just having a good schedule that allows for solo time for both of us, but also allowing that to fluctuate, having empathy for where each of us might be on a certain day. Like if Steven had a really hard week at work, he might need a little more time that weekend. If I had a really hard day with the kids, I might be tapping out early for the evening, you know? It's taken time, I think, for us to figure out, but I feel like we've got a good system, and I feel like I get a good amount of time for myself that allows me to still feel like my own person and to pursue things that I want to pursue, like running and training for a half marathon. Okay, we made it back down. We've got the beach here, the cliffs, couple-minute walk on the beach back to my car. We'll do one last question. How has motherhood changed you? Literally in like every way, in like the best way. There's this clip that comes to mind of Ellen Pompeo. She's on a podcast, I think, and she's talking about all the ways that motherhood has made her a better person, made her more empathetic and stronger and more caring. And I just feel that so much. I feel like I am such a better person for being a mother. As hard as it is and as critical as I can be of myself, I feel like motherhood has made me so much more resilient, so much more thoughtful and empathetic and patient and nurturing. Like it has challenged me in so many different ways, and those challenges have built so many new strengths. But it can also be like a really complicating kind of self-discovery, because it's a change that you are thrust into. And like, as prepared as I felt like I was before I had kids, it's just it's so much more like all encompassing and all consuming than I could have imagined, in a way that really forced me to like rediscover myself. Like, I don't believe in the notion of bouncing back after kids, because not just physically, but like internally, you're so changed, or at least I was so changed by the experience of going through pregnancy and birth and becoming a mother. Like, my life is so different. So of course, like, me as a person, I'm gonna be so different. And I feel like now I'm just getting to the place where I'm feeling comfortable with my new self. Internally, externally, everything. Like, it's been a big journey of rediscovery, I think, the past couple years. And I'm starting to settle in, which is like a nice, peaceful feeling. I think peaceful is the right word. Like, it's crazy and busy and chaotic, and at the end of most days I do feel very drained, but I'm very content with this. This is where I want to be and who I want to be, or at least I'm trying to become the version of myself that I want to be. Oh, anyways, I see my car, so this is where I'm gonna end the vlog. Oh wait, we're at 3.48. We'll walk a little further to get to 3.5. 3.5 miles. And look at that, like, bright blue water today. It's so gorgeous. Gosh, I am just like dying to just dive headfirst into that water right now. Oh, it looks so nice. With the weather heating up again, I definitely want to do another couple sunrise swims this summer. And like, maybe this is a terrible idea, but I have it in my head that it would be so cool to do a run and then a sunrise swim right after. Like, wake up, run at sunrise, get all tired and sweaty, and then dive into the water. Like, I don't know. I gotta try it at some point this summer, because that just sounds amazing. But all right, that is gonna be it for this vlog. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it and you want more hike chats, definitely let me know in the comments. I love filming this way, like getting to get out and move and hike while making a video. And also, like, I don't know, I feel like it kind of helps me take my guard down and just be a little bit more candid with the camera. So yeah, definitely down to do more like this. But I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.